I remember when I used to think that I have zero control over my mind and my thoughts. And at that time, there was this guy who was trying to hang out with me. And every time he would ask me out, I would say, I'm not in a good mood. There is just a lot on my mind. I just can't stop these negative thoughts. He gave me this book to read. It's about the erroneous zone, stop negative thinking. And upon reading that book was when I came to the realization that I do have control over what I think about, negative or positive. And that's when my brain made a switch. Now, just like me, you may have negative thoughts bombarding your mind, preventing you from making that next big move. Going back to school as an adult can be such an intimidating move that it causes you to doubt yourself and question your entire capability. Today, I'm going to show you how to take control of your thoughts and take control of your life. If this is your first time seeing me, I'm Tash, but you can call me T. Welcome to chapter 9 of my introductory series of my book titled Reignite Your Educational Goals, a guide for going back to school as an adult. Now let's jump straight into it. First, if intimidation is taking over your mind, we're going to replace that with confidence. If you're telling yourself that you don't have a strong support system, we're going to replace that with self-belief. And if your mind is telling you, I'm way too old to be going back to school with people who are fresh out of high school, we're going to replace that by killing comparison. Being confident about anything that you're doing does not mean that you won't be in doubt at some point or be nervous. It just means that regardless of your doubtfulness or nervousness, you decide to do it anyway. Remind yourself of your previous victories and things that you've accomplished. Give yourself that little pep talk. Sometimes we have to do that. Remind yourself of your good qualities, your strengths, your uniqueness. Remind yourself of all of these things, and that will start building and boosting your self-confidence. And a practical way by which you can be confident in any situation is through preparation and being organized. So even if you're at school, for instance, and you have a presentation, the fact that you're prepared for your presentation and you put yourself together, you wear a cute outfit, your hair looks nice, you're prepared in terms of your content, your material that you're going to be presenting, that also builds your confidence in terms of how you're going to be presenting yourself. And of course, that will boost your audience engagement because people want to look at somebody that looks good, right? Self-belief is understanding that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. So whether or not you have the largest support system, a small one, or even none at all, you would not allow that to hinder you from moving forward because you've allowed the voice in your head to be your own voice. The most prominent voice in your head is you speaking to yourself in a positive way. Self-belief is strengthened through positive reinforcement. So each time when you're doing something and you put your best foot forward, you always do your best in everything that you're doing, then that is how you will continue to believe in yourself and in your capabilities. Think about a child, for instance. If every time a child does something, you applaud them, and they keep doing the same thing and you applaud them and you applaud them, they eventually believe in their ability to do that thing, right? So whether or not you are around, they will perform at a certain standard because now they believe in themselves based on you as an adult being there reinforcing this within them. So it's the same thing. It's just that as an adult, you need to reinforce it within yourself that you got this, you got this. So get rid of self-criticism and perfectionism and focus on progress. So as a part of my multidisciplinary degree, I studied some aspects of psychology as well. And I learned about social comparison, and it is innate. We cannot help it. You tend to compare yourself with other people, with your peers, regardless of the environment that you're in. But I would like to say that if you are aware of this, then you can ensure to not allow this to have any type of control over your mindset. The thing with comparison that is actually unfair, and you shouldn't allow yourself to compare yourself with others, is that you are comparing your reality with what you see of somebody else's life on the surface, because you never know what really goes on behind the scene in someone else's life. Also, recognize that someone else's success does not diminish your potential. So celebrate their success while still focusing on your own path. This is where I wrap up my introduction to chapter 9. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to respond. I'm your girl, Tash.